Good morning, all. Good morning, students, participants, and the resource person, Mr. Narendra Pawar, for this session of database technologies concept. It's an ongoing process and ongoing sessions. So we will be continuing with that, but we have joined in with some special guests for the inaugural session of database technologies. And myself, Keshav Kumar, I'm the program coordinator. Now, let me just give you a background about DYPMS and IACSD ACUD for those who have joined for the first time. DYPMS is a management institute offering 2 years MBA program for the from the SPPU and with specialization in marketing, finance, analytics, and operations and HR. And IACSD, it's a CDAC authorized training center running programs like PGDAC, PGDBDA, and PGDTIS. Apart from that, we also have got a proprietary program called PreCAT. DYPMS is an NAC accredited organization and it has been in existence for last 20 years. IACSD has been in existence for last 27 years. Just to share something about our faculty, Mr. Narendra Pawar, he has more than 20 plus years of experience. He holds a master's degree and he has been associated with IACSD for more than 15-16 years. And he is a master in database technologies, for which he is going to conduct these sessions, which will cover a whole lot of things in databases like joins, etc., normalization, etc., and the other features which are there, PLSQL, SQL queries, how to write, and all those things he will explain. Just to give you an overview of the course program, more about the trainer, Narendra Pawar sir, he will explain on his own. Now database is very important. Why? Because you should know where you are storing the data, how to retrieve the data, and as a database expert, you will need access to clean and manipulate the data before if you're moving into the analysis part, then analyze and model it, right? Okay. For example, you may need to write SQL queries to extract customer purchase data from for the sales trend analysis. Now, apart from that, data abstraction is there, which will be a part of that. Data cleaning and data transformation, which will be taught and make you understand the features of data cleaning and transformation. Of course, it will also continue with performance scalability and also conclude with integration and data science tools, right? Which will be overall period which will be covered when we start with Python, Tableau, Power BI, etc., etc., etc. So in short, database technologies is the core and heart of the analysis program or data science program, which has to be mastered in a way so that you feel comfortable and you progress in your life, you progress in your career, and do not face any problem, because unless you understand the data, you will not be able to analyze anything. So this is a short brief on the database concepts importance. And I would welcome Narendra sir, and good morning to all once again. And I would hand over the proceedings to Narendra sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, welcome all once again. Good morning. Okay, sir. As sir said, that database is very important in any organization, right? And since you are doing the data science course, it is very much important, and you can say it is a backbone of data science. Okay, because it's deal with the data, how it's stored, how to retrieve that the data, and how we can analyze that data, how we can represent that data. So the authorities or the directors or the managers will take the decision and accordingly plan the strategies. Okay, so we will start from the basic. Those do not have any background as such, we'll start from scratch and we'll start to discuss with the basic things so everybody will understand, and who knows the better will understand the better and better. So I want this session should be interactive because it is a first session, right? So you can interact with me. Let not be afraid of that my answer is correct or wrong or anything like that. You can participate. Okay. So others can also understand. If you say something, we will see whether it is correct or right or wrong or what should be the next point, right? So first, when we see uh, we are going to learn a database. So database itself says that it deal with the data. So what do you think about the what is the data? Yes, anybody can tell me what is the data? Basically, it's very simple question, right? Or what data we are going to store? Is anyone? Okay. Samir says it is a meaningful information. Okay. Anybody wants? You can speak also. You can chat also. Meaningful information. Okay. Any other? Those who have done previously. I hope some of the sessions you have done, some of the guides. Okay. Collection of information. Shilpa says. Information. Okay. That can be used to make inform, informed decision. Okay. Unorganized information. Okay. Swapnil is near to some extent. Okay. Everybody is saying that this is information, right? So what I want to ask the question, whether information and data is the same? Hello. Or there any difference is there? Before going ahead, we have to clear the these things so you can understand better. Okay. Unorganized, some is saying unorganized information. There are difference. Okay. Yes. Any other? Can anybody give me an example which data you are going to store? Okay. Variance says that data would be information that don't know yet. Okay. No, a little bit. Information is process data. Yes, Swapnil is again it is right. Okay. Uh, Samir says data is the tabular form. Okay. My basic question is what is the data? Or any example that you can give me a data example. Yes. Observations. Okay. Little more practical example. Yes, Abhis, data is unorganized and raw in nature. Okay, Shilpa is right. It is says that raw facts. So data is nothing but a raw facts, right? What is mean by that raw facts? Yes, example. Anybody? See, we want to learn practically, right? Not a theoretically. Yes, raw facts means okay, unprocessed data, unorganized data, right? Mm, Somia says which gives each and every information about particular thing. Okay. Okay. So unprocessed data, right? So first thing is data is raw data. Okay. Then whatever we want to store, that can be our raw data. For example, if we are making a project or the system for the colleges, right? Or the universities. So raw data can be a student data or student marks can be a raw data. But how you can say student marks, because it have a meaning, right? So raw data is unprocessed data or meaningless, or we have to attach some context to that. Suppose if I say 50, so whether I want to store that 50 or 70 or 90, what is 50, 70, 90? It is a data, but when I say it is a marks of particular student or marks of particular subject, so that will be become as a information, and normally we are storing the information. So let's understand in a better way. So I will share the PPT and we'll step by step we'll discuss what is a raw data, what are the different characteristics of the raw data, then what is the difference between data and information, right? So I am sharing the PPT. It is visible, everyone? Yes. Okay. So we'll see the difference between data information, right? So first slide. So data is raw facts and figures that are own their no meaning. मतलब क्या? Itself, it doesn't have any meaning. So what can be a data? Data can be any alphabet, alphanumeric characters. Text हो सकता है, number हो सकता है, symbol हो सकता है. Nowadays you can say picture हो सकता है. Now you can say video can be your data, right? So anything which you want to store, which is relevant to your system, that can become a data. Suppose if you are making a system for networks and anything, so signals can be your data, right? Then if you take hospitals, patient information can be your data, right? So anything can be become a data. So raw facts are the anything which is in real life and which we want to store for future use, correct? So take down this slide quickly. Okay, now we'll move to next slide. So what are different things are there in data? So data is unorganized, raw facts. So when we collect information that is not in a sequence or not organized, right? Randomly we are getting the data. Suppose take an example that we have taken a exam of students, right? And we have collected the papers, right? and we have given the marks, right? So obviously, when we give some marks, we are not giving marks to each and every student, or we can collect the marks or the subjects and everything will collect randomly, right? Then we will organize that things and put it in some spreadsheet or anything, then we can organize that. So data can be collected, right, at randomly. So it is unorganized raw facts and it's need to be processed, without which it seemsly random. Another point is useless to humans. मतलब क्या, अगर अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड डेटा है, रैंडम डेटा है, अगर हमने उसको ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं किया, प्रोसेस नहीं किया, तो वो यूजफुल नहीं रहता. मीन्स व्हाट? If you say 75, right? What is 75, right? Then say 90. If I say 1001 and I say 1005, so I have taken two numbers, 1001 and 1005, and I say that there is a relationship between these two numbers. But unless and until what is that 1001 or what is that 1005, right? You are not giving a meaning to that. That is a useless or not beneficial for us, right? So it is a data. So data can be number, I said, then symbol, characters, words. Then data does not depend on information. So many of you say that information, you, when I ask you the what is the data, you have used the word information. So there is a difference between data and information. So data does not depend on information. Actually, information is depend on data, right? Let's see next slide. Firstly, take down this. So we'll discuss again. So let's discuss. Data is raw, then unanalyzed होता है, unorganized होता है, unrelated. Unrelated मतलब जो भी डेटा आ रहा है, हो सकता है कि अलग अलग तरीके का डेटा हो. स्टूडेंट का डेटा इज देयर, फैकल्टी का डेटा इज देयर, राइट? देन विच इज, अभी तो मैं कॉलेज रिलेटेड ही डेटा बता रहा हूँ, बट इट इज मे भी हो सकता है रेलवे टाइम्स विल बी देयर, राइट? और एनीथिंग विच इज एग्जिस्ट, वो आ सकता है, और हो सकता है कि इट इज अनरिलेटेड टू दैट. सपोज यू आर मेकिंग अ सिस्टम फॉर students, will you store railways data in that? That is, data is there, but it is unrelevant. So normally data is unrelated, irrelevant होता है. तो हमें देखना पड़ता है कि हमारे जो सिस्टम है, हम जो सिस्टम बनाने वाले हैं, उसके रिलेटेड है क्या नहीं हो. ठीक है. देन अनइंटरप्टेड मटेरियल. ठीक है, मतलब कुछ कुछ आते रहता है डेटा, राइट? दैट सिग्नल्स आर कमिंग इन ईच एंड एवरी टाइम, frequently. There are different frequently data is arriving. Okay. then which is used to derive information after analyzation. This is more important. Key when we analyze that data or when we process that data, it will convert that into the information. With only data, no any benefits to the human. तो ये point मैंने बताया कि unless and until you give some meaning or analyze that data, that is not beneficial for humans as such. Now take an example. See, you can see there is some data examples. So S, no S, like that. Then there are some numbers 72, 63, 96, 75, like that. And there is a two numbers, right? Now, can you guess what is this? Or it is a data or not a data? Yes, anybody can guess why to store this? Whether I want to store this or not. Hello. Yes, okay. It is a raw data, but why to store? Can you give me the meaningful answer for this? Why I will store this? Or what instance you are saying that it is a data for you? Okay, right. It could be a survey result. Yes. Okay. First line is right. It is a, you can say it is a survey result, right? Yes. Second line, yes. So Soumya said it can be a marks. Yes. If it is marks, then we have to store that data, right? Then third line, anybody? Okay, roll number. Yes, if it is roll number, we have to store. But if I say these two numbers are there, they have a relationship between two these numbers. Now, so let's understand. Okay, product number. Yes. So none of the above data set have any meaning until they are given a context. देखो आप जो कर रहे हैं क्या कर रहे हैं? You are giving a context to that data, raw data. Then you are judging that whether we want to store or not, right? So we have to attach some context or relevance to that data, and we have to see whether it is useful for us or not for longer, right? So when you are giving a context, that will become a information, and normally we are storing a information in the databases or anywhere and process into the usable form. That is also important. ठीक है? So let's see कि क्या information. So take down the points for information. To achieve its aim, to organization will need to process data into the information. Data needs to be turned into meaningful information and presented in its most usable format. अभी देखो कि ये इस तरीके से लिखा है कि उसको कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं है, प्रोसेस नहीं है और प्रेजेंटेशन के फॉर्म में नहीं है, राइट? देन डेटा मस्ट बी प्रोसेस इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट इन विच ऑर्डर टू गिव इट्स मीनिंग. तो मीनिंग देने के लिए हमें उसको कुछ ना कुछ कॉन्टेक्स्ट अटैच करना पड़ेगा, देन इट विल बिकम अ इंफॉर्मेशन. ठीक है? सो what is the information? So data has been processed within a context to give its meaning, or data that has been processed into a form that gives its meaning. That is called as a information. When I say, जैसे कि किसी ने कहा कि ये सर्वे का रिजल्ट हो सकता है, yes, if we say that, we'll take that example, yes no yes no yes no is there. If I say that, suppose now Diwali is there, right? So one of mobile company has introduced a new product. Take example of OnePlus. So OnePlus have created another series of node, and they launch a new mobile. Okay, and it have a certain price. Okay, so if you say 20,000, and they want to take a survey of that product and their features, right? So the company will ask to the customers that with this price and with this feature, will you buy this product, or this is suitable, right? Or it is good or bad, like that. If that survey has done, so either customer will give yes or no, right? So, so this yes or no is the data will be, it is very important for organization that, and needs to be stored somewhere and has to be analyzed, right? So what here we have done, we have attached some context that it is a feedback of the customers. Will the customer will buy some product at that price, yes or no? Suppose customer has given the feedback yes no, then we will store that somewhere, then we'll analyze whether it is more yes or more no's are there. Then company will take the decision what to do, whether they want to change the features or any feature, want to add something in that, modify something, or should the price should be less. So that decision can be taken after this survey, right? So yes or no is the raw facts. When I attach key, it is a feedback of the customers, then it will become a information. And normally we are storing the information in the databases or anywhere, then we can process that, analyze that, then that will be useful to us. Okay, so take down this, then information. Information और क्या क्या होता है, फीचर, जैसे वी हैव सेड दैट डेटा इज अनऑर्गेनाइज है, अनप्रोसेस्ड है, ठीक है, यूजफुल नहीं है ह्यूमन के लिए एज इट्स origin. So information, when we process data, when we attach some context relevance to that data, that will become a information. This is the basic point, and it will be meaningful. What other features of that is information normally is a set of data that has already been processed. मतलब process कुछ ना कुछ किया होता है, मतलब जैसे कि अभी ये 72, 63, 96, it is there. Some of says that it is a marks. Okay. So already you have given some context to that, and you have said that it is a marks of students, right? So some processing is already done. Then analyzed. Analyze किया होता है information. Structured होता है. Structures means what? कि student है तो student will have the name, student will have the subjects, student will have the marks of that subject, right? It will have the roll number and like that. So there will be a certain structure will be there normally, but raw data is unstructured होता है, randomly आ सकता है, किस तरीके से भी आ सकता है. So this is the difference we are looking. So information is process होती है, analyze होती है, then when we process that, it will be meaningful to us, so we can take a decision from the information. That's why you are doing a data science actually, right? So it information is structured and become useful to us. So this is the difference between information and data. Okay, so again, this is the repetition. You can say information is a process, organized data presented in a given context and useful to humans. Information is process, organized data is beneficial in providing useful knowledge. तो अभी देखो कि और प्रोसेस किया हमने इंफॉर्मेशन तो क्या हो जाएगा, राइट? फर्स्ट इट हैव अ डेटा, देन वी हैव अ इंफॉर्मेशन, ठीक है? तो लेट्स आई हैव एग्जांपल, देखो ये रैंडमली डेटा है, कुछ नाम से मेरे पास, देन वी हैव सम परसेंटेज एंड देन 10 स्कोर कार्ड say like this raw data, then we structure that data, process that data कि ये राम का परसेंटेज है, श्याम का परसेंटेज है, नीरज का परसेंटेज है, like that. Then we will get a scorecard of that, and normally we are storing this data. Now it's become a information, right? And when we process that information, we will get the scorecard, right? So first example we have say yes no yes no. I have given the contest that response to the market research question: would you buy certain brand in certain price? So that will be given feedback. Second example, it is a marks of Ram, your students marks. Now third example, so this is the two numbers. If I say why to store this number, why, what in the context or the relevance that I should store this information in our database or anywhere. So if I say this is the reading of your light bill, right? Meters are there. If you have any, all of you have electricity and you have a meter, right? So if I say this is a previous reading and this is the current reading, right? Then it need to be stored in the database, right? So you can take the reading of that. So now this is the context I attach or the relevance I attach to that. Right? It's to be stored. Why to store? Is anybody? क्यों करना जरूरी है? अगर organization है, it have also electricity, right? It have also a meter reading, right? It's need to be stored. Why to store? करने की जरूरत है या नहीं है? Hello, hello guys. Yes, it is required. So why to require that? You can analyze कि कितना consumption हुआ है, right? Whether we have to reduce the consumption or we can increase the consumption, like that you can take a decision, right? Or to make certain changes, कहाँ पर हम बचत कर सकते हैं, क्या कहाँ पर अलग तरीके से उसको रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, दैट कैन बी टेकन डिसीजन इन यूज से। उसको स्टोर करेंगे तो ही पता चलेगा कि कितना डिफरेंस आया है, एंड हाई जा रहा है कम जा रहा है, देन यू कैन टेक द डिसीजन. सो दिस इज द एग्जांपल. When we attach some context, we'll get the information, and when we process information, then we can take some decisions. That's why organization or everybody we are storing the data. Okay, now next slide. अभी नेक्स्ट क्या आता है कि जैसे कि अभी इंफॉर्मेशन है, उसको बहुत प्रोसेस किया, एनालाइज किया, तो क्या होता है, राइट? जैसे कि डेटा को प्रोसेस किया, इंफॉर्मेशन मिला हमें, देन इंफॉर्मेशन को हमने प्रोसेस किया ज्यादा, राइट? Okay, Warren says that in my head, I would guess that normally 90% of time we have data with context, but what other 10% is where we have data without context? Because when we are given a data set, there is always a context to it, right? It is different in the industry. Is it different in the industry? Can you give me an example, Warren, so I can give a better answer? Normally, we are collecting the raw facts, right? And suppose you take any industry, if you take a chemical industry, so they will gather their data relevant to that industry, right? Manufacturing, if you take, so they will collect the data related to that production, right? Dispatch, inventory, like that. They are then, if you take example of HR, so HR person will not take the data of manufacturing, right? Because that is not relevant to their organization or what they are doing. So they will deal with the peoples. They will store the, or they will collect the data about a person or the employer, or want to become a employee in that organization. So they are dealing with that kind of data. So that will become a information for them. So we are going to discuss data where we are going to store, or where different organizations we are dealing with the databases. Okay. Okay. ठीक है. So now next point is what? When you process again. ठीक है, अभी तो हमने डेटा को देखा, इंफॉर्मेशन को देखा, बट अगर बहुत ज्यादा आपने अगर प्रोसेस किया इंफॉर्मेशन को, तो क्या होगा? So next stage is knowledge. You will get a knowledge, right? So knowledge is a understanding of a rules needed to interpret information. Now take this point, note it down. This is very important. Then I will discuss this. Okay, so I hope you have taken down. So let's see. Okay. So when you gather information, process that information, analyze, right? So that will convert into the knowledge. So knowledge means the familiarity and awareness of a person हो सकता है, then place or the events, then ideas, issues, way of doing things, or anything else which is gathered through learning, perceiving, or discovering. It is a state of knowing something through the understanding of concepts, study, and experience. Right? So, information will become a knowledge later stage. I hope everybody is here to acquire knowledge, to learn something, to understand the concept of database or data science. Right? You are studying and you are going to get some experience. Right? So here also you are doing the same thing, that you are acquiring the knowledge. Let's understand this, how this will become a knowledge or why this is. Okay. Uh, like day to day life, you can see a knowledgeable people like specialists, experts are there, right? So doctors are there, managers are there, scientists are there. So we are calling as a, they are the knowledgeable people, right? To understand better example how the knowledge will make the difference. ठीक है, या इंफॉर्मेशन है, उसको ज्यादा प्रोसेस किया, तो नॉलेज अगर है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, राइट? तो टेक प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल, सपोज यू आर इल, ओके, आप बीमार पड़ गए, ठीक है, क्या करते हो आप? यस, व्हेन यू आर, if you have headache or something else, what you do? Okay, first step will what, the individual person, if he knows the medicine, right, it will take, right? Then also it is not cure, suppose, then हमने मेडिसिन लिया तो क्या करते हैं? You go to the doctor. Normally, near to your home or the family doctor you go, right? Then you take a treatment from that doctor, right? So that doctor will give some medicines to you. ठीक है, अगर मेडिसिन दिया और आप अच्छे हो गए तो कोई बात नहीं, बट आई से दैट क्यूर नहीं हुए आप, ठीक है, यू आर नॉट क्यूर, स्टिल your family doctor has given a medicine to you, then what you will do? क्या करते हो आप? You are going to specialist. Samir says you are going to specialist. Why specialist? जो पहले डॉक्टर था, your family doctor still have a knowledge, still he has degree, right? And he has given the medicine to you also, but you are not cured, right? Then why you decided to go to the specialist? More experience, और हो सकता है कि तुम्हारा डॉक्टर भी 20 साल से प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, फैमिली डॉक्टर, राइट? हाँ, तो व्हाट इज डिफरेंस इज नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंस मोर है, ठीक है? पर्टिकुलरली सपोज एक एग्जांपल की, हो सकता है कि आइज की बीमारी हो तो यू विल गो फॉर पर्टिकुलर एक्सपीरियंस knowledgeable person in that domain or that particular area, because he has processed all the information related to that very deeply, and he gained some experience from that, and with that experience he can solve more problems which other can't do. जैसे कि जो फैमिली डॉक्टर है, जनरल डॉक्टर is there, they can solve the problems but certain extent, right? But if you have problem more than that, you are going to the specialist or the more knowledgeable person or more experienced person in that particular area, right? And with that knowledge and experience, that person can solve your problems, right? Similarly, here we have a data, we are attaching some relevance, attaching some context. So normally we will get the information. Normally we are storing the information in the databases, and everywhere now databases are used to store the information, and everybody wants to analyze that data. When you analyze that data, you will get the knowledge, right? And with that knowledge you can solve different problems. ठीक है, अभी इसको अलग एग्जांपल से देखते हैं, ठीक है। नाउ विल सी कि इसको हम रियल टाइम एग्जांपल जो डेटाबेस यूज होता है उससे रिलेट करते हैं। व्हाई दिस इज ऑल दिस आई एम डिस्कसिंग, बिकॉज दिस इज द बेस ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट, और इट इज अ प्रैक्टिकल सब्जेक्ट, नॉट कि जो हम ऐसे ही पढ़ रहे हैं और ऐसे ही चल रहा है। नो, इट इज नियर टू अस, नियर टू प्रैक्टिकल्स, ठीक है। टेक एग्जांपल दैट यू नो द नाउ डीमार्ट्स एंड malls are there, ठीक है। So every day many customers are coming, they are purchasing everything, right? So somewhere else they are storing your data in their systems, in their databases, right? So it is customer data or purchases. Suppose take example DMart hai, big bazaars hai, they are purchasing some product, they are storing their data in their system and selling that product to the customers, right? So customers are purchasing, so every all the data is there. So that information is stored in the systems. Then when they process that data, they will generate some reports, like they will generate monthly reports. So this is the sale of November, December, or October, like that. Or they will say ki particular product, right? Suppose product 1, 2, 3, like that. They are taking the figures of that products, how many sales they have done in each month, each product, or they will analyze again deeper into that, which is the highest product we have sale, or which is the product not purchased by frequently, which is the less sale product. So these information will be come out when they analyze all this information, right? अभी इससे क्या होगा? So who are the managers or the director of that company will see all these reports, and they will figure out what to do and what not to do. They will analyze the knowledge and they will take certain decisions. हो सकता है कि आप you have seen that some of the odd days, right? Many people are not visiting to particular mart, so they will launch a scheme. When you come on Wednesday, so you will get 20% discount. Why it is so? Because they have analyzed their data and they found that on Wednesday sale is very down. Now they will plan, so they got the knowledge. Now they have taken decision कि हमको sale बढ़ाना है. We want to increase the sale of that particular day. So they launch a scheme that अगर सर्टन लेवल पे हमें सेल बढ़ जाता है तो वी कैन गिव अ 20% डिस्काउंट, सो दैट विल also we are in benefits. Such a scheme they will launch based on this knowledge. So this is the practical example ki how the knowledge plays a major role in day-to-day industry also. So I hope you have clear about what is the data, then what is information and knowledge. So when we process information deeply, analyze that, so you are searching for data science job. So it is actual your job that you have to analyze everything, you have to find it out, the meaning or useful knowledge from that, and the others or the managers or the directors will take some decision for their organization, and that can beneficial to other people's again. So this is the cycle we can say, or the role. Any question if you have, you can ask me. So I hope this is the basic things that, so summarize the things. So what is information? Data plus context, usko meaning जोड़ देंगे, that is called as a processing, that will convert into the information. If you want to take down this, quickly take down this. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt or clarity, you can ask me. Contest means relevance, you can say. मतलब क्या, नंबर्स है, उसको हमने बोला मार्क्स है. अगेन उसको मीनिंग अगर प्रॉपरली देना है, वी कैन से दैट इज अ स्टूडेंट्स मार्क्स, राइट? और वी कैन से प्रैक्टिकल मार्क्स, राइट? So that you are giving some meaning again, more processing has done. Yes, so that can be any marks. So we have to attach some contest. ठीक है, कि ये क्या है, और मीनिंग मतलब ये किसके रिलेटेड है. ठीक है. Now you can take the difference between data and information. So data is unrefined facts, figures, utilized as an input for computerized system or any system. Information is output of the processed data. Data is individual unit which contains raw material and does not carry any meaning. Information is a product or group of data which collectively carry a logical meaning. Then data, we can say records or observations in real life. And information is, we have to analyze that. Then random data, you can say vague or randomly, and information is structured होता है, specific होता है. So take down quickly. I hope you have taken down. So go to the next slide. So take down these also. So already we have discussed these points. Okay, so let's go through it again. So data does not depend on information. Actually, information is rely on data. So data can be bit bytes, then information uh, in a quantity or the time, or we can say now if you take computer languages, there are different data types. You can say in C, you can say structure, or if you say in C++, there can be any class object like that you are okay. So in a quantities you're storing. In databases, later on we are going to store information in tables, right? Like that. Then organize. So data is unorganized, random, not specific arrangement as it is exists, as it is available at it comes from real life. We are taking then organize in a better way. So and properly organized, that will become information. Utilization as such, no data without context and processing. So when it become information that is valuable and utilized for further use. So now you come to know that why we are storing a data, why we are normally storing information, and why we are analyzing that, right? So importance of that you come to know. So up to this we have just discussed the basic part of database as a simple data. So data, information, knowledge. Now we'll further go ahead. So before starting with a database, I want to know what are different ways are there previously. Now we have a database. So before that, what systems we are using to store data? So let's begin with that so we can understand in a better way why there is a database, how it exists such a now that, and what benefit we will get if we go back in previous years or days, decades, we can say, and what are different techniques are going to be used to store data. So can anybody tell me ki before sub decades, 30 years, 50 years before, where we are storing our data? Nowadays we are storing in databases or like that, but where we are going to store previously? Okay, orange is on paper. Okay, any other? It is right, paper. So 30 years, 50 years now, government organizations, where they store papers in, okay, archives, or they have file systems, right? Manual file system, we can say, paper registers, you can say registers, files, right? Some of your students also submitting their files or project reports, right? You are also making some project reports, right now also, right? Or right now also some of the government organization are using the same way to store the data. They are maintaining the files registered, right? So I want to ask you, what are the different benefits of that storing the information and disadvantage of that? So we will come to know the advantage of database systems which we are currently using. So I will open another PPT. Let's discuss. So I am sharing now. It is visible? Yes, everyone? Yes, okay. So, if you want to discuss more about database systems and concepts, you can refer this book. So this is the picture is there. You can see the boat is there. So like that picture is there. Database technology by Korth. You can search the PDF and you can go through that also. You will get more information. Okay. Now, next slide. See. So previously, data is stored in the files systems, or many also organized government organization or the companies also storing their information or some of the information in files. So we want to discuss what are the advantage and disadvantage, more specifically key what are challenges are there if we store in a file systems. क्या लगता है आपको कि अगर फाइल सिस्टम में अगर डेटा रखा तो उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है? Why not to use file system right now? Why we are using databases? Yes. Okay. Some of the basic benefit that we can store that data, we can access that data. Okay. We can make secure like that. We can lock that room, right? This is the basic जो चीजें है that will get, but most of the time different more disadvantage are there, right? So some as some it is saying that time consuming. In which sense you are saying time consuming, Samir? You can unmute and you can participate. Huh? No problem for me. Swapnil, we are discussing only the file system, manual file system. Yes. So queries, obviously we are not, we can't write queries, right? Yes. Yes. Samir says searching file and which page the data is present. Okay. So suppose take an example, practical example. लेते हैं. Suppose you have a RTO department and you want to renew your license. So in suppose like 20 years before or 25 years before, somebody has taken a license that has given a form, paper form, right? And it has stored. So before renew that, it has to be searched, right? So how much time will take by the RTO department to look that form? Will it find easily? Yes. No, right? So it will take some days, maybe. It will not find that form very easily, right? To search that data, it will take consumer lots of time, right? Then it will find, then you can see कि whether that will intact that form. हो सकता है कि the quality of that paper is not as such that 20 years before, right? It lost some data also on that, right? So there is no guarantee that it will be a as it is as given, right? So first point is we got that time consuming. When we want to get a data as I want, I am not getting that data on my time. The first disadvantage. Okay, what are different? The- Think, everyone think. So don't be afraid that it is what will be the answer, right or wrong. Just think. When you think, then it will come more things. It will we will learn more things. Yes, so difficult to maintain files means what? More to keep that files intact, we have to make some arrangements. To maintenance is difficult, right? अगर कुछ data we have to add some data in that frequently we have to search, frequently we have to update, we have to keep in sequence. Sometimes क्या होता है sequence also matters कि each and every day we have to put that paper in the files. May if you forget that that sequence is wrong, so it is very difficult to maintain the files. Okay, Jeevan says no backup are available, right? So no backup means yes, there is no backup. अगर लेकिन बैकअप करना मतलब क्या? जीवन says no backup. इसको इस तरीके से समझेंगे like that. If you have stored some files somewhere due to some natural calamities or the fire, if file has destroyed, ठीक है? So there is no any backup file you have. लेकिन बैकअप करना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Yes guys, अगर इस तरीके के कुछ होने वाला है तो उसका बैकअप करना था. आइदर यू हैव टू रीराइट द फाइल, राइट, और यू कैन मेक अ झेरॉक्स ऑफ दैट, राइट. टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ यूअर्स. यू आर नोटेड. आप क्या कर रहे हो? नोट्स निकाल रहे हो, ठीक है. यू आर राइटिंग यूर नोट्स इन नोटबुक्स, ठीक है. तो अगर आपकी नोटबुक गुम हो गई, मिस योर नोटबुक, यू मिस योर नोटबुक, सो व्हाट इज द बैकअप ऑफ दैट? नो एनी बैकअप. So you have to make a duplicate copy of that. You can make a Xerox copy and all that. Then you will get your original data. Otherwise, you lost your data, right? So point is there is no in manual file system there is no backup as such. तो हमें लेकिन backup लगता है. We required backup, so we can recover our data from backup. ठीक है. Then Samir says that if we are storing data years to years like that, so after certain years, the quality of papers will not intact as good. So it may cause a loss of data. मतलब preserve durability is not there. Long duration में 100 साल तक डेटा रखना है as it is. So there are many challenges for that. So this is the point. Yes, or can you see the picture? यहाँ पे जो पिक्चर दिया हुआ है ये कौन सा पिक्चर दिया है, क्या बारे इसके बारे में यू कैन थिंक. फर्स्ट जो पिक्चर है उसके बारे में क्या क्या लग रहा है. ठीक है एकदम. उनको सारा डेटा स्टोर करना है, राइट. Each and every person's data they have to store in a files. So how much space is required for that? How much cost it is required to maintain or to preserve that files? They say each company has to keep record 10 years records. So what organization they maintain the warehouse or the big place is there where they are storing their files like this. So this is the picture of that you can say warehouse where they are storing the files. So space is required, a big space is required. Then to maintain that, cost is also high, right? To maintain that, cost is required, very large cost, costly hai, right? Any other? See why I'm discussing that. When you come to know all these points, easily you can understand the benefits of database. And that will be normally the advantage of today's database, actually. Yes. Think more. So there are a number of points are there, yet all not points arrive. Yes, or in yes, this is the one of the point. Yes, multiple. देखो, take example कि एक person अगर एक फाइल लिख रहा है, somebody is writing on that file or using, you can say use भी कर रहा है, ठीक है. So on other people or the different peoples cannot access that file. This is also problem. मतलब क्या, मुझे सिर्फ रीड करना है. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू राइट एनीथिंग इन दैट फाइल, बट वो मिल नहीं सकती बिकॉज somebody else have taken down. So multiple peoples cannot work on the same file at the same time. This is the problem. And for this technical word is concurrency control, right? So in database technology, this is called concurrency, that multiple people are working on the same file or they can access the same file. They can use the files. Somebody is reading some other, like, so that is not there in manual file system. Okay, good. और सिक्योरिटी के बारे में कोई नहीं बोल. Nobody speaking about security. सिक्योर है क्या नहीं है कैसे है? अगर सिक्योर करना है तो हाउ वी कैन सिक्योर द फाइल. ठीक है, suppose take example of manufacturing company which is have a warehouse, right? And it is keeping their data years for years, right? So how they can make a secure. Yes, Warren says that uh, it is more secure from cyber attacks, right? It is there. That's why we can say nowadays, instead of keeping your money in digital form, the physical papers are more secure, right? Same thing is like if you have a paper files, nobody cyber attacks will not affect. This is the benefit. Yes, good. But if we want to secure file, manual files or the papers, what you can do is that, so in a company there are different peoples are there, many peoples are there, and one person if it is using another people's cannot use, right? और somewhere else we are storing in a warehouse, उसको अगर secure रखना है तो we have to lock that room, right, to keep secure, to चोरी ना हो जाए इसकी वजह से या कुछ ना हो जाए, इसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, उसको लॉक लगा सकते हैं, बट इट इज अ, अभी लॉक अगर लगाए तो क्या होगा, सो nobody can use it, either that individual person who has the key will only use, बाकी लोग यूज नहीं कर सकते, राइट? सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम, सिक्योरिटी, ठीक है? तो either all the data is locked or all the data is open for everyone. Are you getting the point? So many people can directly access, so it may lose the data again, or if we lock, everybody is going to lock or only one person can use it. This is the problem. Okay, so overcome that, we want to overcome this. Okay, or take another example, practical example. Suppose ABC company is there and their department are there in different cities. Okay, so one is in Mumbai, one is in Delhi, and one is in Pune. Now Pune department have one file. Okay, and that file is required in Mumbai or Delhi. Okay, so what will happen, that whether it is available easily or what will happen, or it will have some problems in that to transfer the data. Yes, easily available होगी, पूना में डिपार्टमेंट में फाइल है, right, and want in Mumbai or Delhi, so there will be a cost involved, also time consuming, right? So पूना से वो फाइल जब मुंबई में जाएगी or maybe in Delhi, then only it will be available, unless and until nobody can use it. So transfer of data is not easy and not available quickly. This is the problem, right? So let's take down, कुछ चीजें मैंने लिखी है और we will discuss. Take down this so we will see in more details so we can understand the database in a better way. So there are n number of drawbacks are there in old file systems. First take down, then again I will discuss. So first point is large storage is required, that warehouse, right? So large storage is required. Space is also required to store the files. Then very time consuming means what? If I want to get some data or particular file, it is very time consuming, as we say, or we have discussed the RTO department example. Concurrency, that means multiple user cannot work at the same time. So there is a problem. Backup, there is no backup as such. If I want to make a backup, that we have to rewrite or duplicate the copy. Recovery not possible. मतलब क्या? Fire हो गए, कुछ हो गया, right? So there is no any backup, recovery not possible. If we want to recover again, duplicate copies we need. Then performance issues. Now understand this point. Take an example of government organizations. Suppose you are giving your information for Aadhaar card, for Aadhaar department, you are giving your information to Aadhaar department. So there they have their own form, or particular in particular languages it have. Maybe हो सकता है in English, Hindi, or any other regional language, right? Again, if you go to different another department like PAN card, you are giving your information, right? Your own information again in different format. Maybe the different language will be there, or data may be less or more. For voter ID, you are giving again your information. It can be have a different again format, again different language may be there, and maybe the more or less. So what is this problem is your data is stored in different department in a same organization in different formats, and your information may be stored in more or less in different departments. Again, languages can be different. हो सकता है कि एक में you are stored in English, in another have Hindi, in different department it will have local language. So when I want your information, I am not getting the uniform or the unique information about you. I will get different information. Again, I will not get whole information. Then there is not consistency. That is called consistency. So this is the problem is occur. Duplications is there, that your information is stored in different departments. Duplicacy is there, right? So all these drawbacks are there. That's why scientists want some system that will overcome this all this problem. Then, as we discuss, data transfer and all that, security as well we have discussed. So I hope you have taken noted down all these points, which are the actual benefits of database systems. Okay. Anybody have any questions can ask. Now, after all file systems, we have started the storing our data in computer file systems, right? जैसे कि we tried to use computers, and we are using some languages, C++, like that, right? And we are storing data in a computer files, like you can take as a notepad or any other files, right? Word is there, or like different files are there. So computerized files, we can say. So what you can say that now, what are the different drawbacks of file systems again? So So after this, we will discuss these basic things. Then we are going to see the actual, which are the different products where we can store the data. Then we are going to install today and we are going to use it. So file system, computer file system, we are here discussing. So in early days, database applications were built directly on file systems. So to allow users to manipulate the information, the system has a number of application programs that manipulates the files. So file processing system will what? It stores the permanent records in various files. It need different application programs to store the data, add the records, to extract or the fetch the data from the that program. So the file processing systems which involves the permanent storage as well as the mechanism to store the data, retrieve the data as and when we want, like a file systems was introduced. Then what are the different drawbacks of that? Like take an application that if anybody has developed a program application for colleges. So what they will write is they will write a program for to add new students, add instructor, add courses and all that, register students for particular course, then exams they will assign some marks, grades and all that they will write a program. Now as compare with the file system, now we are using a manual file system. As we are now using computer file systems, we are writing some programs, we are storing data in a file. So there it have also some drawbacks. So what you can say, there are different drawbacks. So that's why we are not using these file systems as a database. Yes, now we'll see more disadvantage of computer file systems, we can say. So let's discuss again. First take down this, then we will discuss again. Okay, I hope you have taken down. So let's understand. So first point is data redundancy or inconsistency. Again, there can be a multiple formats of programs और different languages में हो सकता है कि program लिखा हो in a same organization. ठीक है, means what, in one organization there are different departments but they are using different application programs to store their data. So maybe हो सकता है कि some of using C++, some are using Fortran, Pascal, like that, or PHP, like that they are using. ठीक है, so different file formats are there, they're using in different languages, so they're storing the same data of the same customer in different formats. तो ये problem है. Duplication in different departments have same data of customers or the employees. Duplicacy is there. So this redundancy leads to higher storage and access cost. Okay? And whenever I required unique data, I am not getting the data. I am getting duplicate data, then I have to work on that. So it is a problem. So data redundancy is there and same format में नहीं मिलेगा as it is, then consistency नहीं है, कम ज्यादा हो सकता है. That is the problem again. So मैनुअल फाइल सिस्टम में भी था ये, अभी कंप्यूटराइज्ड फाइल सिस्टम में भी है. For that we need some systems. Now difficulty in accessing data means what? So if I want to fetch particular data, suppose I have created the system for colleges, I am storing student data and I am writing some program to access particular data. ठीक है, सपोज मैंने पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के मार्क्स रीड करने के लिए प्रोग्राम लिखा है, तो आई कैन ओनली रीड only that particular subject marks. If I want different subjects marks, I need to write another program for that. So this is the difficulty. Or I want to add some data into that systems, I need to add some programs again. Extra कुछ ऐड करना है उसके लिए भी I need to write some programs. So it is very difficult to access that data or to store that data. Still it is a problem. Then security. So how it is secured? Not every user of database system would be able to access all the data. Means what? Take an example. I hope you have learned the Excel, right? So in Excel nowadays also, I am not saying that the file is actual on your PCs, not on your drive, Google Drive or like that. I am saying that in on particular PC or laptop, if you have Excel file, multiple people still not able to work on that, right? So there is a limitation that multiple people cannot access or cannot work on the same time that particular file. So there is a security problem again. Then integrity. Anybody can say what is mean by integrity? कोई बता सकता है कि what I want to say is integrity means integrity problems मैंने लिखा है ऑलरेडी वहां पर validation, right? Means what कि take an example, practical example. When you go to withdraw money from ATM, right? Can you give a balance? Can you withdraw zero amount or less than zero amount? Can you put? Hello? No. Why no? Who is taking care of that? Yes. ये जो हो रहा है माइनस में डाला या जीरो डाला अमाउंट, सो इट इज नॉट गिविंग me withdrawal. So who is going to take care of that? So there should be some program should be written that will validate कि आपने what you have given the input, right? Whether it is zero or less than zero. So there should not be a withdrawal, right? So there are certain programs are written that will take care of validity of your data, right? Or again, if I am purchasing some product and if I am adding that product in file system, I need to check that the quantity of purchase product should be greater than zero. Yes or no? If any operator has written zero amount, so it should not be added in our system, right? So there should be some programs should be written to validate that data. So either input to the system or output from the system, it should be validate somebody, right? तो उसके लिए क्या होता है? So there are different programs are written and a different for different validation we require different programs again. ठीक है, जैसे कि अगर अमाउंट है बैंक में जाओगे विड्रॉ करने जाओगे तो अमाउंट शुड बी ग्रेटर देन जीरो, देयर शुड बी सम प्रोग्राम हैज टू बी रिटन. नाउ बैंक हैज चेंज सम rules, certain rules they have changed. कि minimum balance should be 10,000, you cannot withdraw less than 10,000, you have to keep 10,000 permanently there. So or government taxes, another example is VAT. Nowadays VAT are changed, right? So if changes is happened, I have to rewrite the programs again or I have to modify existing program, right? So there is a difficulty to maintain the integrity of the data, means to validate our data to keep intact or proper. उसके लिए अलग अलग प्रोग्राम लिखने पड़ेंगे या जैसे कुछ चेंजेस होते हैं गवर्नमेंट के उसके लिए I have to maintain that program or I have to rewrite again new programs. So this is a problem in existing file systems. So second point I have written is hard to add new constraint or changes existing ones that I have given that VAT is there change हो गया या बैंक की पॉलिसी चेंज होगी. So all these problems are there still we are using a computer file systems. Now to overcome that we have a database management system. Now here comes the part of DBMS. So DBMS is what? Database management system. So take down this, then we'll discuss, note it down. This is very important. That should be in your notebook. Okay, so let's see. So, mm, so scientists has introduced a database management system. So what is a database management system? A database management system is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data. So they have written some softwares which can store interrelated data into that, and a set of programs which are going to store only the data. Then the collection of data, normally we are referring as a database, is a collection of data. Nowadays we are saying database, that is, we can say that it is a collection of data, contains information relevant to an enterprise or the particular organization, right? It can be a manufacturing unit, it can be a sales organization, it can be an insurance company, it can be a medical, it can be a hospital, like that, different organizations. Then what is the main goal of database management system? Is the primary goal is that the primary goal of database management system is provide a way to store and retrieve database information that is both convenient and efficient. Means what? मुझे क्या करना आना चाहिए? I have to store whenever I want to store, whenever I want. I should get data easily, which should be efficient होना चाहिए, conveniently मुझे मिलना चाहिए, conveniently store होना चाहिए, efficiently store होना चाहिए और मिलना भी चाहिए. So this is the basic goal of database management system. ठीक है? So we have seen the definition and the primary goal, that we have to store data, retrieve data, and which should be convenient and efficient होना चाहिए. Now, here what we are defining is the management system are going to define the structure of data, how we can store the data. So it has to define the structure for storing the information, and there should be a mechanism to manipulate the information. Means what? उसके अंदर structure होना चाहिए कि how we can store the information, and there should be a mechanism to manipulate. Manipulate means what? Whenever I want to add some data into the system, when I want to modify that data and delete sometimes. So that is called manipulation. Add, update, delete. So there should be a mechanism to manipulate the data. In addition, और क्या होना चाहिए? So this is also not sufficient. That's why there should be, in addition to this, the database system must ensure the safety of the information. ठीक है, 10 सालों तक मुझे स्टोर करना है तो 10 सालों तक एज इट इज इंटैक्ट रहना चाहिए, डिस्पाइट ऑफ क्रैशेस और अटेम्प्ट्स एंड अनऑथराइज्ड एक्सेस. मींस व्हाट? समटाइम्स आपकी सिस्टम क्रैश हो गई तो भी मेरा डेटा इंटैक्ट रहना चाहिए या मुझे बैकअप मिलना चाहिए. सो देयर शुड बी अ बैकअप मैकेनिज्म, रिकवरी मैकेनिज्म होनी चाहिए. और somebody is going to steal my data, crash my data, so सिक्योरिटी वहां पर भी होना चाहिए. सो अगेंस्ट अनऑथराइज्ड एक्सेस. ओके, सो these are the few more important points regarding the database management systems. I hope you have noted down. Now, next, so we have discussed the what is the data. Then we come to know a database. Database is a collection of interrelated data organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, manageable, and updated. So what is a DBMS? As I am saying, it is a system. What is mean by system, right? So it is nothing but the one of the software. Okay. So I hope you know what is mean by a software. It is a collection of different programs to perform a particular task. So what is a task here? To store the data, to manage the data, to manipulate the data, to retrieve the data. So it is a kind of software which can create, define, and manipulate the database. So in other way, we can say DBMS is actually a tool used to perform any kind of operation on data. Which operation? Add, update, delete, like that. Also, it provides protection and security to our data. It means data consistency in case of multiple users, uniformity. मतलब अगर किसी ने चेंज किया है तो सबको रिफ्लेक्ट होना चाहिए. सो टेक अ एग्जांपल, प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि टेक अ एग्जांपल ऑफ रेलवे रिजर्वेशन. Suppose 100 users are accessing a railway system and it says that 80 tickets are available and everybody is trying to book the tickets, right? So somebody will get a ticket, right? Suppose one person is trying to apply 3 tickets. So previously it was 80 and that person got the 3 tickets allocated and it is going to update the railway system. So what others people, 100 people or 99 people will get that. So whenever the system is going to update, so 80 minus 3, right? 77 tickets are available to everyone, it will be reflected. So that is the called as a consistency or uniformity, that others users will get the same data as it is going to update or change the data state. Also, it's provide the protection and security. So in a market, so which are the DBMS are there, or which are the different softwares are available in market that are used in nowadays. So example I have written here is Oracle is there. So in market, number one product, or you can say number one company in the world also is Oracle now. Then second software is MySQL is there. Then another system, database system is Sybase is there. MS SQL Server is also there. Then if you know the MS Office, with MS Office, one another product is Access is there. That is also a DBMS, database management system software. In IBM, I have used DB2 software. Like that, many other softwares are there. Postgres is there. Like that, many softwares are there in the market. Yes, anyone have any doubt you can ask. So what we have learned is database management system क्या है, goal क्या है, what are the different goals, then what it includes, structure plus manipulation, safety information की है, crashes और unauthorized access नहीं होना चाहिए. Then what is actually DBMS? It is a software tool है, protection है, security, and what are different products are available are in the market. So we have to learn all these softwares, right? So before that, I want to ask a basic question. Now we are seeing a database management system. तो ये कहाँ पर use होता है? Where we are using right now? Can you tell me? So we come to know the कि इसका scope कहाँ तक है? I want to specify the scope of database management system कि कहाँ पर use हो रहा है. Let's give a practical example कि हम कहाँ पर use कर रहे हैं. Yes. or another way you can, it is saying applications of database management systems, where we are going to use this databases. कहाँ कहाँ पर use कर रहे हैं अभी practically? Hello. Okay, Bhavna is saying banking, right? Jeevan, finance domain, yes. Education's correct, or schools, colleges, universities, right? Healthcare, yes. Doctors are using for their clinic. Then hospitals are healthcare system. In hospitals they are using databases, yes. Or social media, yes. We are storing the data in social media, but actual this DBMS is not suitable for social media. As we will discuss, NoSQL that will be good for that. Okay, e-commerce like Flipkart is there, Amazon.com is there, right? Purchasing online product, when you are ordering something there, they are using database. Okay, automotive, that is bikes, then automobiles industries are using the database management system. Manufacturing units are using the database management system, yes. Or yes. Or IT sector, yes. Obviously IT sectors are using the computers to store their project information, yes. More. See, you think around you. Can medical shop can use? Medical shop use कर रहे हैं? Yes. Then if you go to buy your day-to-days groceries, right? So where what I want to say that wholesalers are using, departmental stores are using, yes. Then government sector, yes, more nowadays government sectors, like I have given the example of RTO, PAN card, Aadhaar card department, passport department, right? Government departments are also using databases, yes. और सी बहुत सारे हैं, आप बता नहीं रहे हो. Travel and transport, yes. To travel I need to, जैसे कि रेड बस is there or government buses are there. Then ट्रैवल के रिलेटेड आप रेलवेज ले सकते हो. रेलवे आर यूजिंग database management system. Nobody says airlines, right? Airlines industry also using. Election commission is again government bodies के लिए है. और yes think, और कौन सा आपने बताया नहीं है अभी? Hotel industry, yes. Hotel industry, that sometime you are buying online also. Nowadays hotels or the online portals are there to buy uh, some products. Again in hotels they are using database, or you are booking, if you are going to travel some outstations, they have hotels, they have their own systems for booking and all that also there. Yes, or telecommunication. Yes, good. That nowadays you are using mobiles, right? So there different telecom operators are there. They are storing your information, how frequently you are making a call, then how you are doing a recharge and all, and the costing of that, everything is there, right? Recharge and all these things. So telecommunications are also storing their or customers data in database management systems. Yes, or koi schools, colleges we have discussed. Then कंपनीज में हर एक डिपार्टमेंट यूज कर रहा है, कौन से डिपार्टमेंट यूज करता है? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनीज, प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट इज देयर, परचेज डिपार्टमेंट इज देयर, सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट इज देयर, और हेलो, यस एचआर। देखो आप काम करोगे जाके कंपनी में, आपका पे आउट तो निकलना चाहिए, सैलरी कोई तो निकालेगा ना। दे विल यूज कि आपने कितना काम किया, हाउ मेनी डेज यू हैव वर्क, राइट? देन हाउ इफ यू हैव डन ओवर टाइम एंड एवरीथिंग, they will calculate and they will your salary. Without HR, it will not be happen like that, you know. So HR is more resource department is there that will take care of humans. Malls, yes. जैसे कि we have discussed the DMart is there, then Big Bazaar, Reliance Mart is there, then electronic marts are there, Reliance Digital like that. Yes, electronics malls are there. Eh? Then nobody says movies, book my show. To book movies, right? So there should be some database which will store your information, which will book the tickets for you, right? Yes, more. See, as you see, each and every aspect of our lives, each everywhere we are using a database. See how much it is important. That's why I am teaching this is a very basic, from basic to here we are rich. Okay. Now after this we'll see how to install the products and all, then we'll see how we can work practically. So everything will be practically afterwards. So first we have to discuss some these things. So let's see कि हमने क्या क्या डिस्कस किया, आपने क्या बताया. Anybody have any another point कि कहाँ पर यूज कर सकते हैं कोई? So let's देखते हैं कि क्या क्या आपने डिस्कस किया है. So DBMS contain information about particular enterprise or organization. Scientists, okay, data scientists or scientists are also using. Yes. So our space department, nobody says army. So our army, right? So जैसे कि एयर फोर्स है, नेवी है, आर्मीज है, right? So they are using database management system. Customer support, yes. So let's note it down. So banking sector for transaction, then airlines reservations के लिए use कर रहे हैं, schedule के लिए, universities, graduation, registrations, grading, everything, whatever the work of universities. Then sales, all the service industries, are using sales department, service, customer record, products, purchase information, everything. All these things are there. Online retailers, order booking, Amazon है, Flipkart है जैसे कि ये. So many are there. So order tracking is there. Customer recommendations are there like that. Manufacturing. So all the manufacturing units they will store their production inventory, which item are coming, how many are there, which I have to reorder and everything. Supply chain order, all the departments in manufacturing company they are using DBMS. Account department, so payments, receipts, bills, account balances, assets, liabilities, everything. So account department will store the all the money related information in the database management system. Then HR, account department किसी ने बोला नहीं, पर हालांकि it is a very important because you are using your all the money's record is that how many receipts are there, which amount are there, how much I have to pay to particular supplier or to anybody, which are the outstanding like that. Account department is very important department where we have to keep the database management system very securely and correct. HR, so employees record, salary, tax, everything. So if you see, key databases can be very small as well as very large. Take a railway reserve. So all over India or outside also you can go like that. Or say telecommunication, all globe data is can be stored. So database can be very large as compared to their organization. If it is organization is big, large, so we have to store their information in database management system. It can be very large, right? और कुछ कुछ चीजें आपने पता ही नहीं है तो यू कैन थिंक. ठीक है, इसके अलावा कोई जो पता नहीं है हमने डिस्कस किया नहीं है तो आप लिख लो. ठीक है, लेटर ऑन वी कैन यू कैन ऐड मी और टेल मी. ठीक है, और है बहुत सारे एरिया जो आपने बताए नहीं है. ठीक है, आप यू थिंक इट. देन व्हाट इज द पॉइंट इज डेटाबेस दैट इज ऑल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ. ऐसा कोई है नहीं कि जहाँ पर हम टच नहीं किया है. ओके, नाउ इट इज गुड. सो वी आर टचिंग all the aspects of our lives, day to day life में. So if we see कि around us, everything if you go, we are maintaining our database. Now one question is for you. ठीक है, कि if I say that you are also using day to day one database, so what is the answer is, are you using any database day to day? Everyone, yes or no? अगर मैं कहूँ कि आप भी डेली आप डेटाबेस यूज कर रहे हो तो कौन सा आप यूज कर रहे हो, कोई बताएगा? Okay, WhatsApp. Okay, okay, phone numbers. Okay, so WhatsApp, you required a network, right? Mobiles. In mobiles, which database are using? Do you know the name of that database? Which database actually you are using? Hello, cloud. Just hold on. Okay, so cloud is not day to day. Everybody is not using cloud, right? The half answer is correct that everybody is now using mobile, right? So, but do you know which database it is used in mobile? So knowingly, unknowingly, peoples are working on the database, right? So database में क्या होता है? You are adding something, you are deleting something, you are modifying something, right? That. So somebody has given the answer कि you are maintaining the contacts. Do you know the contacts? You are adding, saving some number, phone numbers, right? You are changing its name or giving some addition. Sometimes you are deleting the number, right? So knowingly, unknowingly, you are using the database. Everybody now, right now. So software is add context, maintain the context. So my question is, nowadays everybody is using, I think, uh, more orally the Android phones, right? So which database is there is used for Android application? Anybody has no? Yes. See, this is the how we can learn, और जो भी हम सीख रहे हैं वो हम कर ही रहे हैं, मतलब हमें पता नहीं है, right? Yes, anybody has? So you can find it out. ठीक है, I have answer, but अगर मैंने आंसर दिया तो nobody will find it out. ठीक है, so you find it out whatever you have a resources. ठीक है, अभी हम क्या करेंगे? Should we take a break or should I continue? Hello. Okay, so we'll take a break. Already it is one हो चुका है. So we'll take a 1 hour break, right? So then we will try to install the so products. So I am going to work on MySQL सीखने वाले हम, और Oracle भी try करेंगे. So I will teach you both the products. So Oracle is a #1 company right now in the world. So it is widely used, as well as MySQL is used in some of the industries. Also in our in CDAC, also we are teaching more orally the MySQL. So we are trying to parallelly teach you the both the tools, so you can comfortably work on any of the tool in the industry. So we will take a break. Again, if you have any doubt or any clarity, if you want, you can ask in the later on sessions. Okay, so we'll take a break. Okay, so we'll start now. It is 1 and 3. So 2:05 को हम start करेंगे. ठीक है, so I will stop this meeting and again I will launch this meeting again. So same URL will be there. ठीक है, चलो. Anything else you want to ask before? चलो, take a break.